Hello everyone, how are you doing? My name is Janae Flowers, and today I want to give you a little information about women in the military. I'm currently serving in the military and I have been in the military since 1996. So some of the life facts that comes with this and some of the research I got is being through the military for the last 21 and a half years. Women in the military, the beginning and notarized dates from women in the military. In 1775, we had women in the Revolutionary War. Now, this doesn't mean women were allowed to be in the military, but they were in the Revolutionary War, and all women until recent times were allowed to do support, such as nurses, aides, or be on the battlefield to give the soldiers water or help with the injured. In 1844, in the 18th century, we had Kathy Williams, which was the first African American woman who served in the Civil War. That's something that a lot of people did not know of. If you want to look at it, it's Kathy Williams with a C. In 1775, the Revolutionary War, we had Deborah Sampson, who was under the General Washington's army. They did not even know that she was a woman until she was wounded after a year of serving in the battlefield, and they had to help her. We come to dates such as 1917 to 1918, when 33,000 women were allowed the last 2 years of World War I to join the military. Once again, that was 1917 to 1918, the last 2 years of World War I, when they were allowed. In 1944, we had over 400,000 women that were in the military, and they joined to support the World War II. And 88 of them were even prisoners of war. In 1973, which we all know that the military used to be a mandatory draft, the draft was removed for male only. When the draft for male only was removed, it allowed a lot of women to step forward and become voluntarily for that. That also enabled, even though women were allowed, we all know that the draft was male only allowed, so we still had parameters on that. In 1976, women were also allowed to get involved in the academics, allowing the first woman to West Point, which is a highly known academic college for military personnel. In 1978, women were allowed for the Navy and the Marines on non-combat ships. That goes forward to 2003. During the war in Iraq, also known as the invasion, we had many women that were out there. Even 3 of them was well known and televised to be prisoner of wars. In 2008, 16,000 women were serving overseas in Iraq, Bosnia, Afghanistan, Germany, and different locations. But furthermore, a lot of people don't know that the military itself is only 1% of America. And out of the 1% of America that do serve, 21 million veterans are documented. Of the 21 million veterans that are documented, only 2 million of them are women veterans. That means women veterans make up 0.9% of the military veterans. So you have an elite unit of personnel that are only 1% of Americans that do join. Then you have 0.9 of them which are women in the military. Being a military soldier and currently progressing to be a military veteran for retirement, I'm proud to say that women have been in the military for a very long time and stand side by side with their brothers. It's a lot of myths that women can't do the jobs that other men do, but now, within these last couple of years, women have transitioned into the combat zones and took full-fledged lead of combat. Women in the military, the progression will continue and has never ended. Thank you.